May you be open to receive from those who extend kindness, care, and compassion to you, Sagittarius. May you rest peacefully under the sheltering wings of divine love, trusting in this gracious presence. May you find the little moments of beauty and joy to sustain you, and may you keep hope in your heart. May you desire to be healed. May what is wounded in your life be restored to good health. May you be receptive to the ways in which healing needs to happen. May you take good care of yourself. May you extend compassion to all that hurts within your body. Mind and spirit, may you be patient with the time it takes to heal. May you be aware of the wonders of your body, mind, and spirit and their ability in returning you to good health. May you have peace now and always. Sagittarius, welcome to your heart chakra activation reading. Thank you for returning. And if you are new here, thank you for being here, tuning in. Let's get into your reading. I like to start my readings off with a couple of deep breaths. However you are most comfortable with, whatever practice, whatever breathing practice you are most comfortable with, welcome. How it has been so heavy on the sage and the Palo Santo and the incense lately. And I'm using sage for your reading. I'm going to start us off with some affirmations as we keep up with our deep breaths, Sagittarius. Let me tell you that it was so hard for me to get up this morning. I had to talk to myself, speak to myself in a very motivating way. I like to say my prayers in the morning as soon as I get up. That pushes me to boost myself, to buck up a little bit. My prayers, I'll sit in bed for a little bit before I get up. But how hard it was for me to get up this morning. I keep getting that there's much weight, much weight. There is a big part of you that has been neglected. And it has been here. A big part of you that has been unseen, unheard, and it's sitting here. For some of you, you might have had pain on your left side of your body, whatever that means. It could be in your jaw area, the back of your neck, but it's on your left side of your body. It can also be like your whole left side of your body, okay? It could be, you may get headaches and only like on one side of your brain, just one side of your head, and it's usually the left side that I keep picking up on. And then for some of you, it is your lower back, your left lower back, and then all the way down to your leg and your ankle. Okay, heavy on that. I have had pressure on my left side of my jaw. It has been a problem for me for like 5 years now, I want to say. I had TMJ for years. And you guys might want to look up what TMJ and what TMJ is and what causes TMJ. You guys might want to look that up. I have had it for like maybe even more than a couple years. I want to say it's been like 6 years for me. And it's just now coming back to alignment, and how much it feels so amazing. And just even the way I speak, it just feels more effortless. Like, I felt the need to share that to some of you guys. I'm going to pull up some affirmation for our Sagittarians. That was quick. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. You keep yourself in this energy of creativity. 555 on the timestamp. You don't mind being in this energy, Sag. This is where you belong. Your sense of creativity has grown over the years, is what I'm picking up, and it has been the most healing for you in terms of releasing energies. Okay, I have some notes here as well. I'm getting the word overflow. Okay. While this has been neglected for quite some time, Sag, you have been in this energy of creativity. It is the process of enlightenment, and it has become your process of enlightenment. Take that as it resonates. You're not one to want to sit still, and as a Sagittarius, you are a fire sign. Your element is fire, and so you have to keep on going and moving forward, and keep on moving forward. You are not one to sit still, and if you find yourself to be sitting still, are you it's just like how I was just sitting in the sun outside for a minute. I was having my tea, and it feels just like that. When you guys are ready to sit and have your tea and have your coffee, you sit for a while and you just soak in the sun, and you need the sun. So if you find yourself to be sitting around, it is a very constructive, productive moment and time for you to reflect. It isn't a time when you are just sitting around and not doing anything. And sometimes that is the best time to rest completely. And when I mean rest, I mean at the same time you are also being productive. There is productivity and rest. Yes? Learn to accept and not to resist. Sagittarians says, learn to accept and not to resist. For some of us lately, you are and have been finding yourself in the energy of resistance. Pisces season is washing all of the wounds away and coming back to making us really face the challenges at hand that is happening to us in Pisces season. Pisces season is water element. Pisces is water, and you are fire. And while you are perhaps being pushed to keep yourself grounded, are you finding rest in self-reflecting, accepting, loving, and loving even more? And that is not an issue for a Sag. You are always sweet, and you are always giving and loving and nurturing to your peers. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Exactly. You always have 10-10. You always have the confidence to show face and have enough to give to the rest of us. Like I said, you just keep on and keep on going. Pisces season, however, is allowing you to ground and rest, and whatever and however you would like to define rest for you, Sag, it could be different for everybody. For some of us, rest can look like you just laying in bed, reading, laying in bed and doing absolutely nothing but just being in the presence of the Almighty. For some of us, you're really having to sit with whatever your heart is telling you and then healing that, accepting that, and giving thanks. Some of us have come to realize that we don't even know what our smile look like anymore because you're always so aware. Being aware, beware of your surroundings and environment, that you just react to the world around you all the time. Not even knowing what your smile looks like anymore because it feels like it's like your body is not allowing you, and perhaps that has been something that your body also has been suppressing. Where in, becoming more of like a really weird place, and you're finding your safe space. You're having to really be aware of the environment wherever you are, whomever you're with. And it could possibly be, it has a lot to do with the people around you. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Your confidence grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. The present moment is the only place where renewal is possible, and here you are, coming back to that energy of rest and renewal. I am here now. This is the place where your creativity thrives, Sag. The here and now is the place where your imagination grows, which then your creativity and your ideas and your energy also expands at the utmost and the highest. You've come to a very higher place. You're at an upper level, if you will. You've come to a really higher place, and perhaps some of the people and the energies around you may not agree. And maybe they have not agreed for the longest time. But you are not going to allow yourself to change for anybody. You are exactly who you are, and that is not your fault. You are wired to be exactly who you are. You are who you are, therefore you are. I am here. Whatever that comes with me in this very moment is me. And if you disagree, that is not my fault, Sagittarius says. I also would like to remind our Sagittarians that just know that every single time you see these angel numbers, how far you have come along in your journey, your path that you have chosen to take, and the patience you have been. Just remember, you were guided and protected. Number 33, number 44, number 4, number 9, number 13 is very significant. I'm actually going to pull up another affirmation. I keep blanking out. I keep going in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay? You feel exhausted. And what I mean by that is that whatever it is that has been neglected here, excuse me, yellow is very significant as well. This could be just in the air in Pisces season, but I feel the need to say that to you, Sag. The color yellow, as I'm looking at the color yellow, and my nails are color yellow, and this card is yellow. That is very significant. I'm getting the sun, okay? Some of you guys need a lot of sun. Take advantage of this weather at this time. The weather here has been disgusting lately. The wind in the last couple days, ew, gross. It has been so weird. The weather is just like now leveling out, and the sun is out, and it's beautiful. And I was sitting outside just drinking my tea, and I was just like soaking in the sun and thinking to myself how thankful I am to be in this moment. That is the energy you are finding yourself in fully, okay? And complete. Sorry, I'm just annoying you guys now. I'm trying to make it unblurry, dude. Okay, you know it's not gonna work. All right. Sagittarius, spiritual maturity is never end in itself. We grow up in order to give out. You have matured spiritually. This is about spiritual maturity. You have matured, you have grown in mind, and I feel like you are relearning and still learning about what your mind is telling you each and every day. Every moment you get a chance to really reflect. I also feel like there is a side of you who is most definitely spiritually mature. You've come to spiritual maturity. That is the level you're on when it comes to being in an upper level, is what I meant when I said upper level, is that you've come to a place of spiritual maturity. It is never an end in itself. We grow up in order to give out. I was pre-shuffling on you guys' energy and how much of that energy came up for me as well. You are never one to cause trouble or have such thoughts of ill will and malice. You don't have thoughts of ill will and malice, never. And I believe that you're never one to came out. You are never one to fight back and, you know, plot things behind people's back. No. But for some reason, it is easy for people to do that to you. The more I give, the more will come to me. When you give, the flow of life never runs dry. Wholeness can afford to be generous. It feels no lack. So when you just keep on and keep going, as you do, Sag, you just keep going. What you are also taking with you is filled with so much of that love. And that has also been the very thing that has been neglected for a while now. I see the world from an expanded perspective. Yes, you can center yourself at will, and you do. And when you do, Sagittarius, how much of your creativity flourishes, how much of you and your essence flourishes. You guys are just so freaking amazing and have more than enough every single time. You have more than enough for everybody. You have more than enough for you. You keep it 100. You're never one to harm, and you're never one to bring harm or cause pain. You know what this is like for you, and one that you also have been experiencing yourself. Pain is inevitable, and pain will come to us at the time it does for a reason. And pain just keeps on coming, right? Death and rebirth as it goes in the cycle that it does. You still keep it 100. Keeping yourself at a spiritual maturity level. You have actually grown to be spiritually mature, and have only grown to be spiritually mature because where else do you go? You gonna stay down when you can go up? There's only two choices here. You stay spiraling down, or you stay spiraling up. And as you keep spiraling up, are you only seeing the world in an expanded perspective? I was just talking to a really good friend of mine yesterday, and we always have great conversations when we hang out. She's a Leo. She's amazing. She's going to be a mother, and I can't fucking wait for her. But as you only see the world in an expanded perspective, we were talking about perception. It's all about perception, baby. We were talking about how you are what you see, you are what you feel, you are what you eat. How you talk to yourself is exactly how you're also going to be talking to the people around you. As a rising Sag, I too love the sun. There's something about the sun, there's something about the trees, there is something about plants, there is something about animals. I connect with animals very well. I'm getting also that for some of you, you love animals. You connect with animals more than you do with humans. And going back to that, I see the world from an expanded perspective is the perception you're in at all costs. Every minute of the day is choosing, everything is a choice, right? Is choosing to be in a higher perspective. It is choosing to be in a higher perception. And you have come to really know what this world looks like. This spiritual realm looks like, and most importantly, feels like. And so when other energies come around, you just instantly know, right? If it's good or bad. And even if it's really bad, you give, and you are whatever you are in the moment, depending on if you are in a good mood or you're not in a good mood. Because what I have written down here, Sagittarius, you are funny. Did you just hear the birds right now? They went, You are sweet. You are sensual. You are a strawberry. I don't know. I just kept getting strawberry. Sweet, like strawberry, but feisty. Your form is beautiful and full of love. What do I mean by form? I think it's like I was getting, you're sweet like strawberry. You're a gangsta. What do I mean by form? The shape of your body. Okay, this is what I was picking up. This is like the shape of your body. Something about the shape of your body, or you keep your form Your posture. There's something about your posture. Okay. How you carry yourself is very attractive. It's just like how Tupac is and how he carries himself. But you know what it is? I think that it has a lot to do with the truth that you carry with you. Okay. You might as well dress the part. This is all a show after all. Everybody's watching. The proper dress for fellowship is a humble attitude. That's what it is. The truth that you carry with you is what is attractive. And if they do not agree, they do not agree. If they agree, then they see and they know and they hear and they feel you. If they are with you, they are with you and they're fully, completely with you. And if they are not, they are not. And perhaps coming back to what I was saying, that has been the thing that has been neglected for a really long time. Because we live in a materialistic world. We don't live in a spiritual world, although that is what we are striving to be. Every minute, every minute, every moment of the day, every single day, that's what we strive for. And perhaps not everybody agrees to that. Because consistency is required from us. Consistency at its finest. Consistency in our routine. Consistency in the way we feel, in the way we think. Consistency in what we feed our mind and what we feed our soul. You are a mutable sign, Sagittarius. Your body language speaks louder than your words, but when your words speaks, it screams. It may come off very harsh when it does, and it may come off sweet like strawberry. I guess it also really depends on how people are hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Coming back to what I was saying about perception. Because I'm getting that because you are a mutable sign. I'm hearing there's not much you can say because it just shows. There's not much you can say because you just are. It's better off to take actions than just having to speak the words and not having to do it. You gotta walk it and talk it. You gotta walk and talk. You gotta do what you speak of. I seen this post of Alicia Keys doing an interview, and she had mentioned that one of her pet peeves is when she hears somebody says, I'm gonna do this, but they never do it and they never take actions. That could be a pet peeve of yours too, because you are one to take actions. When you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it, and whatever you start, you finish. Where are we emotionally for our Sagittarians? The proper dress for fellowship is a humble attitude. I got that from a book that I'm reading right now called The Purpose-Driven Life. It has been my Bible emotionally here. We have the world. It is the perfect time to give love. It is the perfect time to show love, Pisces season. The very thing that we do is release productively and never having to release harmfully and destructively. I believe Sagittarius Pisces season is allowing us and teaching us. We're students, however, right? We're learning every day. Pisces season is teaching us to release with love. To release in showing love to our neighbors and showing love to our family and friends, no matter what the circumstance. Right now, you're really having to hold yourself together, because perhaps while you have been giving love, the world has shut you out and has been shutting you out. I believe the world is really seeing who you are now. I believe the world is really seeing who you truly are. Please take that as it resonates and apply that in your life and however fits in your life, okay? I'm saying these words, and I would like for you guys, for you all to know that while I am saying these words, these are messages coming through, downloads that are coming through, and it may not all resonate for some, but when I say that the world has shut you out and this has been neglected for so long, apply that in your life. Where in your life is that happening? Yes, relationships, career, partnership, whether that would be romantic or non-romantic, okay? Or even friendships. If you've had friendships that have betrayed you and lied to you and continues to betray you, and these are people closest to you. Remember what I was saying about spiritual maturity? That not everyone can get to a level of spiritual maturity. Not everyone is also spiritually inclined. Sagittarius, you are just a gangster like that. And while they are looking at you and giving you an evil eye and jealous of you and envious of you, and I don't want to speak of it like that, but perhaps that's the truth. It all comes from, and it's one that you've grown to be wholeheartedly, and never want to be malice and never want to be harmful, but perhaps the world has been harmful to you. So you say you have to learn to accept and not resist, let go of the fear. Healing is the answer here. I have the Hanged Man. I'm getting that you've been around people who have been like watching you, right? And have watched you grow up to be the person that you are today and the person you've shaped to be. While society has been what it is, you separated from the rest, cultivating a new culture for yourself in your world, if that makes sense. You're kind of just having to watch the world become the way that it is from a distance, and you're over here like, I'm not going to be that. I'm going to create my worlds because the world needs me too. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I don't make shit up, okay? We speak the truth here, Sagittarius says. Everything that I live live up to, everything that I dream of, everything that I desire in life, it will and always will benefit me and you. This is, however, what makes you so powerful, Sagittarius, is that you never leave people behind you. And if they are ever left behind, you always go back and save them. I have the 3 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. What I'm getting with this is like, we do this together as a community. You are the community. We do this together as a community. You always come back for the rest. You never leave anybody behind. And perhaps maybe there has been a lot of people, like even friends, for instance, like people from the past, friends from the past, right? Like, you may not even be calling them friends today. Like, you've just kind of distant yourself from them. But I'm getting like, they've seen you grow up and they've seen you accomplish so many things, right? And this is like all internal. Okay, this isn't like external matters, and perhaps there may be some external matters that you have also accomplished, Sagittarius, but I feel like this is more of like spiritual maturity and internally, okay? Take that as it resonates. And what I'm getting is like, you are the community, and while you are the community, you are never one to leave people behind. But how easy it is for people to leave you behind. And so you've created a community for yourself. You now creating and have cultivated a community for yourself. This is what I'm getting with the 3 of Cups. And what you have created, you are now attracting new people, like-minded people. You're creating a more safe environment. This is, however, safe space. Okay, you've created and cultivated a new environment for yourself, and now attracting, staying in one spot. This is beautiful, Sag. Thank you for this energy. Now the people are attracted to you, and they're coming to you. And as they come to you, now you've created an environment, an even more safe environment for people to feel safe within themselves. Lately, before I go to bed, I've been asking Siri to tell me a bedtime story. It's just a little thing I do. So I'll say, hey Siri, will you tell me a bedtime story? And then she had said this story. There was once a tiny star in the sky named Stella. And while the rest of the stars in the sky were bigger and larger, she was just a tiny little speck of star in the sky. She dreamed and hoped to be like Cyrus, I think it was Cyrus, another star. She dreamed of Cyrus because Cyrus always got people to dream upon that star, upon her. And she wished that people dreamed upon her. But because she was a tiny little speck of a star, nobody really noticed her. She felt unseen, while the rest of the stars in the sky, so bright and so large, people have been dreaming upon. I believe there was Cyrus and there was Perseus. I'm not quite sure. I think she said those 2 names. And while Stella is so tiny and so small, just a speck, she thought that if I were to dream upon someone else down there, she says, then maybe they also will feel seen and heard just as much as me, as small and little and tiny as I am. And I thought that was the most beautiful thing. So when I was laying in bed, I wished upon Stella I too felt for the longest time, felt so unseen and unheard from the world. And that in my heart, this has been neglected for so long. And perhaps for somebody who speaks so much of the truth, Sag, not a lot of people understand the truth the way that you do. I, however, appreciate that about our Sagittarians, that even though the world disagrees with you, you are always one to bring the truth. And that's what makes you so attractive and attracts so many people in your community, in your culture. And this culture that you've cultivated is so beautiful. And I'm getting like you work right now. I feel like physically you're kind of just beaten down. I feel like you're exhausted physically. That's what I'm getting here. But you are still, wherever you are, however you're working with it, still being productive and having to attract more people, like-minded people, and attracting an even bigger community around you, surrounding you, a healthier one. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Okay, I want to pull up a comfort card for you guys before we wrap this up. This has been a very profound reading and very healing for me as well. I'm hearing, may you rest in good and only good. I don't know why I felt like I had more notes for you guys, but I think I was just thinking about that. I think that's just all mental. You know, when you're like, when you thought that you had texted somebody back, but it was just mentally. That's exactly how I felt right now. That's funny. It's because I've been trying to get into you guys' trying to do your reading. But I love to take my time in between and also like to get the rest for myself as well. And I feel heavily that some of you guys are just physically exhausted. It could also be in the air, Pisces season, just grounding us, and our body is not used to it, is what I'm picking up. Our body is not used to it. It's like imagine you you've been at the beach all day, like soaking in the sun, right? And swimming all day. You know, like after you swim and you've been in the sun for all day, you get tired and exhausted and you just want to sleep for the rest of the day. That's how it feels like. Release other people's emotions. Ask yourself, is this emotion mine? Exhale uncomfortable feelings that are not yours so they don't linger in your body. Inhale light and space. Light and space. I like that. Identify your emotional triggers. We absorb the emotions of others that remain unhealed in ourselves. Notice your triggers such as anger, fear. Gently begin to heal them. This is about healing. Sag, thank you for this reading. Happy Pisces season, and let Pisces season bring you so much more joy, inner joy that is, and so much more healing. Think light in Pisces season. Thank you for this energy. Sag, I'll see you guys in the next. I hope you enjoy this reading. Take care of yourselves.